So mathematics can explain the smell of a rose. But what about the habits of rabbits? In 1202, Leonardo Fibonacci found mysterious math in the breeding of rabbits. Start with a single pair of rabbits in January, and you'll have a second pair in February. In March, the first pair will have a third pair, while pair number 2 is still growing up. So in March, there are 3 happy couples. In April, pair number 1 will be added again, and pair number 2 will have its first babies. Now there are 5 pairs. In May, there are 8. In June, 13. From this breeding frenzy comes the Fibonacci sequence. It caught Fibonacci's eye because each number is the sum of the 2 numbers before it. But it's more than a mathematical curiosity. Look how leaves are arranged around the stem of a plant. Starting with the first leaf, count the leaves around the stem until you see a leaf growing exactly above the first one. For this plant, it's Fibonacci number 8. By retracing the cycle of leaf growth, you can see that it takes 3 circles around the stem to reach leaf number 8. The number 3 also comes from the Fibonacci sequence. These numbers of life change for each plant, but they almost always correspond to the Fibonacci sequence. One of nature's most exquisite forms is the simple curved shell of the nautilus. Like so much of nature, the beauty of this shape can also be explained with an equation. If you take a series of squares whose sides correspond to numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, you can construct a logarithmic spiral, a curve that corresponds to the shape of the nautilus shell. This spiral shape curls through nature with mathematical regularity.
I think the reason you see some of these simple mathematical formulas throughout the world is because they're efficient, they're useful. A logarithmic spiral in a seashell, for example, is there perhaps because it's a way of the animal keeping its basic shape while expanding its size. It's compact, it's energy efficient.
So from the sum of x and x plus 1 comes the shapes of our world. An equation is lurking behind much of what we consider beautiful.